Here we are again to our another mind-blowing chess endgame, white to move and win. As you can see, white has 3 pawns here against black's bishop that is ready to challenge the 3 pawns. At first look, it's like white is 6-1. It's like this is a draw position. But white has something to do here in order to win the game. So if you think moving the king is the best move, well, that is a draw game because bishop will just pin the pawn. If king h8, bishop will just capture and the white king can no longer protect the g3 pawn. Okay, so after bishop f5, let's not move the pawn. Let's say, okay, g4, I want to, of course, to attack the bishop and then later on we'll move the pawn. But bishop will just capture that one. Bishop takes g4, and then let's go by moving h6, or regardless actually because there's a pin, g7, then bishop e6, if h6, after op king to g5. This is once again a draw game because if you gonna move the king, king takes h6. If you will push the pawn promoting, bishop will just capture, and once again the h6 pawn will be captured after. So what else? Let's go by moving g4. Immediately bishop takes, g7, now bishop e6, king h7, same idea like earlier, king move here, h6, king to h5, still white is 6-1. Whatever white would do here will lead to a draw game because if king moves, of course, king takes h6 and this pawn is protected and guarded by this bishop. You cannot just go here because, bishop will just capture and king versus king at the end of the game. Moving the king, moving the g3 pawn, both are not good one. So the only left to do here is the g6 to g7, pressuring the bishop. So this bishop cannot go away from the diagonal a2 to g8. So let's move our bishop to g8. Later on, let's try moving the king after the g7. So for now, let's go bishop to g8, preventing the king to go here. At the same time, as you can see, the white king cannot go anywhere. So the pawn is forced to move g3 to g4, king f7, move here, king e7, and this is the critical moment. If you are white here, you will not move here because after king f6 is still made. There's no way for white to save that one. So you have to move away your king from the corner, king h6 to king g6. The idea, of course, is to make a way for your h pass pawn. So that is the way for you to win this kind of endgame. After off g7 and bishop to g8, just avoid a stalemate. Now, let's try moving the king. King to g7, king to f5. Here, you will not move here because obviously that's a bad one. King takes g4, and this king cannot, of course, just leave the h, and this one, how can you protect that one? So 6-1 position. So you will not move g3 to g4. Instead, king to h7, and the critical moment here is this one, the king g5 move of black. Because once again, if you will move here, g4, king will just capture that one, h6. This is the same position we had earlier, right? So, g3, g3, g4, bad move, same thing here. Obviously, because after capture, and how can you protect the g3 pawn? So, what is the best move? Of course, h6. So, after h6, at least your pawn is just, 2 steps away to become a queen. Let's go by moving bishop to f7, or there's a question mark. Let's bishop a2, wherever actually. Just move away the bishop, and then g4, bishop b3. So at least there's a check, for example, or any square for bishop will do here, and here queen check. Bishop takes. If you think king takes will win the game, no, you just miss the winning line here because this is a draw. You will not capture the bishop. You're only gonna go king to g7, and then after that, where the bishop will go. If you will move away your bishop, of course, h7, it's unstoppable queen. If you will move here, king takes, and where the black king will go. Here, king g8, once again, stoppable pawn. And this is a win for white.